Hey there, welcome to another episode of Mundane Designs. I'm your host Mundane. This video is part of my collection series, and today we're going to be going over my Laserdisc collection. So for a really long time, I've been a lover of really old technology, usually things that are outdated, things that just people discard. I love exploring the failed innovation, I guess. And while I never got into beta, I largely adopted VHS. I got into Laserdisc, and the reason I got into it was because, well, there was a used garage sale style shop close by to where I lived, and they had a Laserdisc player, and I was kind of interested in it. It looked like a really nice professional grade piece of work, and I asked to take a look at it, and he didn't have the remote. And the moment that I tried to eject the tray, it failed. So he gave it to me, and he gave me the two movies that came with it. I forget which movies. Moscow on the Hudson was one of them, and Chariots of Fire was the other. So I had a Laserdisc player, and I took the thing apart and I fixed it. And I've just kind of been in love with it. I mean, yes, I realize that most of the movies are in 240p, and they're not, they're very low quality. The discs are enormous, and the machine is absolutely finicky. It literally works when it wants to work. I cannot convince the thing otherwise. Sometimes I have to fool it into spinning up by playing a CD first and then swapping out to a laser disc after the machine has had a chance to warm up. Now, the one that I have is, let me look the thing up. I have a Pioneer CLD V820, and this one is a laser karaoke machine. I love it. I mean, it's kind of funny. I've actually got some karaoke VCDs, I think is what most people call them, and I'm just happy with it. It's kind of quirky, it's kind of fun, and it's a weird challenge that I have for collecting movies of can I get it on Laserdisc? Did it have a good transfer to Laserdisc? A lot of these are not very good transfers, much to the chagrin of most of the people looking at 4K transfer these days. There are companies out there that will just straight up transfer directly from the DVD to a 4K Blu-ray and not really upscale the image to 4K. But that's a whole different matter. Today, we're actually going to be going over my Laserdisc collection and some of the odd things that I have, some of the things I didn't even know about until years later. And yeah, let's head over to it and just check it out. So the first thing that we're going to go over is some things that are not movies, which is kind of an odd thing. You have a Laserdisc player and it should be playing movies. But yeah, these are music video discs. They are much smaller than a normal sized, and this one is even stranger because it has, I don't want to take it out of that, has this opaque side and only the data is on one side, which is really weird. These are music videos. This is a collection of music videos from Sade, and you can see some of them on the back. You might have to zoom in. And then we have Chaka Khan and Whitney Houston, a couple of her, You Give Good Love, Saving All My Love for You, that kind of stuff, just her popular ones. The Pointer Sisters, and then we have Hall & Oates, and then lastly Enya. I picked up all all of the ones of these that I could find. Now you can tell that on some of these they have stickers because I believe these were part of a library at one point in time, and unfortunately I cannot get these stickers off. They're just kind of aged on there. But yeah, really weird. They are smaller format than normal laser discs, but they play music videos, which is kind of weird. And most of these are like either Pioneer or Artis or CBS Fox. The only one that's even different is this one by Enya, and it's Image Entertainment. But yeah, it's kind of weird to find anything that was not a video game or not a movie for Laserdisc. Here begins all of the movies. We have The Abyss, and yes, I realize that a lot of these are in 240p and they're just not very high quality, but I mean, they last more than a VHS will. All the Right Moves, Brazil, great movie, Champions, A True Story, Chaplin. And you'll notice that like a lot of these are really, really older movies, all the way up to something fairly recent, or at least like into the 90s and stuff. Here's original cast album Company, which is another weird one. And we have Cutthroat Island, and this is one where you can kind of showcase how they laid these out like albums and stuff. It was really kind of interesting to see how much care was put into these, like to make them look like LPs and stuff. Here's my first box set is Dr. Zhivago. It has 5 discs in here, and then this little pamphlet talking more about the movie, showing you all of the different chapters, what's happening on which disc and stuff. And it's really, really interesting to see like how this was more of a boutique item than normal. And we're going to get on to the next set of movies. And here we are with the next stack. We have Flamingo Road, Fried Green Tomatoes. Pretty much by law, you must have or own this movie in some state, in the state of Alabama. We have the Godfather collection, and this one's sealed up in some sort of, protector and stuff, and just absolutely beautiful collection. You can see that this is quite a few discs in here. And then Hamburger Hill. Then Hoffa with Danny DeVito and Jack Nicholson. Just stunning quality, and just like a huge amount of information on the back. Oh yes, Hook. And this is another one where they've kind of gone all out. And again, they talk about the stunts, the set, the idea behind the movie, that, how it came to be and stuff. And it's just, they went all out on all of this stuff here. We have Howard's End. I saw an early Anthony Hopkins movie and decided to grab it. Now this movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Me and my wife were at Goodwill, and apparently they had gotten a hold of a huge number of laser discs, and this was among them. But unfortunately, someone had beat me to it. So me and my wife looked around and looked at various other things and stuff. And lo and behold, the person who had picked this up turned around and set it back down. And as soon as they set it down and walked away, I snatched it up. And I am so happy I did. I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. And this is one of my favorites. just the comedic interactions between Harrison Ford and, you know, I mean, it's just so good. It's so good, you have to watch it. And then we're going to get to the next stack, which is going to be pretty large. And here's the final stack. Start off with Lookin, Nikita. Very good movie. Here we go. Lady Hawk, part of the 3 fantasy L's. You got to watch Lady Hawk, you've got to watch Legend, and you have to watch Labyrinth. Once you watch those 3, you're an official high fantasy nerd. We have The Lawnmower Man. I saw this at Siege and I had to have it. We have Lawrence of Arabia. Funny story about this, I actually got to see in person the film editing table that edited this movie. Got to see it in real life. We had Macbeth with Orson Welles. I mean, this is just a classic, and you know, just look at it. Look at that classic look. No one has, I have never seen this transferred to DVD. I haven't really been looking that hard, but honestly, this just felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity to get something like this. We have The Matchmaker, and then we have Moonstruck, Moscow on the Hudson. This is like one of the few Robin Williams movies that I just had no idea existed. It's kind of funny. It's definitely an older film, but again, Robin Williams is just an amazing actor, and he is definitely missed. We have a young Jodie Foster as Nell. We have The Player, and then we have The Quick and the Dead, another really good movie. Sharon Stone and Gene Hackman just kind of knock it out of the park. You know, it's just very, very well done. And it's just one of the movies I wanted to have. The Right Stuff. Again, another classic. Here's one that's actually factory sealed. The Secret Garden. Never been opened at all, just factory sealed. I have no idea if this is actually worth anything, but you know, I saw it and I just grabbed it. We have Shortcuts. This is kind of an odd collection of things, but it just looks like it's a bunch of shorts and everything. We have Speed. I absolutely love Sandra Bullock. This was one of the first movies that I noticed her in. And yeah, and I'm a big Keanu Reeves fan as well. So yeah, this is just a good movie. We have Star Wars. I picked this up at Siege. This is like a classic recording of Star Wars. It is very, very not messed with. It has not been touched up. There's the film grain all in it and everything. However, this art is a little off because if you take a good close look at, let me see if I can get him in there, C-3PO, that does not look right. He looks a little off there. Yeah, that's not the C-3PO I know. We have Stargate. Love James Spader in this movie. He did an excellent job. Then we have The Art of Computer Animation. Now, I think this was one of those discs that was given away with Laserdisc players. So I like demo discs like this. I like having, essentially pack-in material and stuff like that. This is very early computer animation. It is very not good. It did not age well at all, but everyone's got to start somewhere. And lastly, we have The Two Jakes. And again, it's another one where it just opens up with a couple of scenes with the movie and stuff. It's 2-disc. And again, like I don't see this level of care with 4K Blu-rays and various other things unless it's a special edition. The standards for standard edition physical media have fallen quite a bit. And I'm really kind of hoping that one day that we can get back to this level of care. But that's it, guys. That's all of my laser discs. I hope you enjoyed it.
And that's it for this episode of Mondane Designs. I'm your host, Mondane, and I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. I have videos on the 1st and 15th of every month, and I look forward to sharing them with you. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.